understand. Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody was joining, we were just talking behind the scenes. Just don't mind us. We just talking about TV shows that we could watch, things that people just don't do anymore. I mean, it's important, man, to kind of get into this mode of enjoying your home and being home and enjoying it, just enjoying that mode of sitting down on a nice chair with a little snack or a nice meal and watching TV, right? So what do you do when you watch it? I mean, you sit down with a snack or you sit down with a green snack? Like, is it green or is it white, green or brown? Brown could be your blood, right? And then green could be green, and then green grass or spinach. White could be, let me be clear, that it could be some sugar. You know what I'm saying? So what's the snack?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's either fruit or popcorn.
Popcorn good for you?
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh, don't tell me.
We don't process with popcorn.
But if it's corn, it pops. Like, what the hell?
But it comes straight out. It's not really a good
period. Just
replacement. Yeah. It's not necessarily bad, but it's not really good for you. It's not a better snack, because I like my popcorn either kettle corn or like movie style popcorn with butter.
Movie style popcorn, I don't care how bad it is for your health, I'm tearing that shit to pieces. I used to go to the movies for movie popcorn, no bullshit. But you want to go to the movies, man? I'm like, I don't care about the movie, but we doing that movie popcorn. Or we can get it from the store, and we getting that shit in there.
Yeah.
I got to be able to pour the butter. Listen, call it disgusting. I got to see all of that bullshit. For real.
Yes. So nothing like movie style popcorn. But if I'm not being bad, it's definitely like fruit, like pineapples, mangoes.
Are you satisfied with that? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I can sit here and eat pineapple all day.
You know, you eat shit, you be like, this is like okay, and then you get that ice cream, you're like, oh my god, this is life.
Oh, that's it. Like just fruit or just fruit. Ice cream, Ice cream is like a time and a place. Right. Ice cream has to be really good. But generally, I keep the fridge stocked with fruit, and I just snack on that all day, and that definitely gets me through my little nighttime munchies.
Food to calm you down. I mean, well, how about if you want a bowl of cereal, so a slice of pie, or sweet potato, or none of that?
Nah. No. It's not my thing. It really is fresh fruit.
Bullshit. Like, what do people do? Because we would call you a fruit and berry woman, right? Because you got the natural, you got the nice, beautiful locks and all. So, like, do you every now and then? Because if you sit down with a male company, sometimes some bullshit actually looks good for the little ambiance. If you eat some bullshit.
What do you mean? What's good?
Like, basically, do people have great sex after they have some berries and some green tea versus some peanut and some beers? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you got to have it during.
Right.
That's like a part of the fun.
Right.
When you want to take a break and have a snack. It's always fun. But in general, somebody that has a healthier lifestyle.
Right.
A man that has a healthier lifestyle where he incorporates those things into his diet and just overall isn't putting crap in his body, in my experience, is they are the best lovers.
Whoa, back up. Hold on. Shout out to the ghost. I'll tell us what who's the best lovers? Who?
Men that have a healthier lifestyle, that drink their water, they're incorporating their greens, they're doing their fresh fruit, not really addicted to sugar. They're just amazing. That lifestyle of eating like crap and drinking and fried foods and all of that, it catches up with you. And there is a noticeable difference.
So would like the fruit and berry man Would he be more the guy breaking it down? Because in these movies they always show the dude eating all the bullshit. They don't want to put in that work. And the guy eating fruit and berries, he want to get up there and kiss your feet and make love. And the other dude eating the garbage, he
No,
didn't want to.
I'm talking about somebody that just puts it down. It's not everybody's gonna kiss my feet. That's the rules.
Go ahead, sister.
So those are the basics before you even get to the point where we're being intimate. The kissing the feet, the love, the romance. I'm a very mushy and affectionate person, so if a gentleman is not into that, it's not going anywhere. But you know that before you even get to the point where I'm, in your intimate space and you're in mine. You know how
Well,
the
but
guy
you gotta
is.
realize though, a lot of the guys that tend to be in the wild food are freakier. Remember, think about it. The guy that's health conscious, he ain't touching like alcohol. The dude that touched some alcohol probably smoking blood, probably they gonna go in a little more freakier. So are you cool with that? Not having that because the fruit and berry guy may be on some old, hey, I can't eat you out because it says it causes this.
Never
I can't
experienced
do
that.
that. You
I've
never had
never
that problem?
experienced that. Fruit and
Oh,
berry guy. What do you mean, like a vegan?
yeah, because the vegans they got a lot of limitations. Because a vegan ain't gonna be a vegan and he gonna put his face in your butt knowing that you eat meat. You know what I mean?
I disagree.
So
Vegans,
hold on.
vegans
Can a
get it in.
vegan
Vegans get it in just like non-vegans get it in. It's just
so a
that
vegan
maybe
let's say for example you eat meat, right? You eat meat. Do you?
uh on occasion.
All right, so let's say you eat meat and you had a hot dog earlier. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
then
that
he
I
comes
never.
home. Let's say you eat anything, right? Any type of meat,
Okay.
and you get home
Okay.
and y'all making out. Wouldn't it be kind of like, whoa, hold on, how you kissing me and meat this with them? You know what I mean? Like it's the same as like a dude that don't eat pork and he goes to a spot and like, yo, just give me turkey and cheese. I'm like, my man, they made bacon on there earlier. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
I don't necessarily think that comes into play when you're dealing with a woman in that respect. I mean, I don't know. I don't date women. I don't mess with women, so I don't know if there's like a different vibe or a different aroma
Right.
from her body. Like I don't know. But in terms of men that have a cleaner lifestyle, um, and men that don't,
Right.
it's uh, it's just an overall a health thing. It's just an overall less fatigue thing. It's an overall
Okay, less fatigue.
uh, the experience is just a little more magical.
Well, you know what? This is a great topic because what I want to do in the future, I want to bring you back because there's a brother that we met a couple days ago, and
Mhm.
he's very deep into his diet, very health conscious. Actually, a personal trainer, and we would like to find out: is there a difference? And a woman can only answer this. Is there a difference when she has sex with a vegan versus a non-vegan man? Which is better?
Um, that's a good question. I don't think I
Because
can't answer
my
that 'cause I don't think I've
non-vegan
ever
woman with me was terrible.
experienced anybody that was a full vegan. At least they had dairy.
Right. I had a full vegan.
Which is not not full vegan. You say you're a full vegan?
No, I had sex with a girl that was a full vegan one time. It was
Okay.
awful.
So I've never had someone that was fully like I'm not taking anything from any animal. I've never experienced that. There's always a little, an egg sandwich here,
Right.
a slice of pizza. Um,
A piece of cake. They got pork.
right. So I've never that I don't have any experience with. I'd have to leave it to the men to answer
Mm.
that.
Interesting, right?
I feel I'm dope at it and I'm better than a dude that doesn't. I haven't had that experience. I've been with a vegetarian
Right.
when I was first married. My
What was he?
Ex-husband was, and then that just changed over time.
Okay.
Mm.
But you're not a full vegan.
Me? Not at all. No.
Okay.
No.
So, because you know you're gonna be losing ass, titties, everything.
Really? Oh my god!
I see this vegan, I'm like, you need to switch back and get half of the vegan back because she done lost ass, titties, breath was smelling. It was all fucked up.
Oh gosh, no, I didn't
Yes,
know that.
yes, indeed. I seen her on Facebook the other day. She was at the shooting range and she had the camera, and I couldn't believe. I said, yo, her ass literally looked like her stomach, and her stomach's flat. That shit went from like beautiful big butt to like I couldn't believe it. That shit was horrible. Like I couldn't believe how she posted this shot because she's doing the little shooting range thing. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Where the ass go? The shit just said, fuck it.
Yeah, can't do that because we like
Full
the bubble.
vegan.
We like the
She
bubble.
lost too much. I think what happened was she lost so much, and it was just like, whoa, it didn't look good. So that's why I say, like, do people know a difference? Because I do know alcohol is an aphrodisiac, but it can also be against a man's performance. It can be against a lot of personal shit. So there's good and bad about both. So I would like to know, like, can a woman know the difference when her man got full vegan? How was he putting it down? And was he limited? Like, oh, I can't kiss you because you ate that pack of stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
never experienced that. I just
right. So you ever feel that, right?
That eat clean.
Right.
That I have. Like I said, when I was married, my ex was really into training and not competing, but training like he was competing.
Okay.
So there were times when he would just eat clean and everything was clean and, you know, no alcohol or whatever. And it was, you know, fantastic.
Right.
You know, praise God, I made a daughter. And then and when he wasn't trained.
Shout out to the daughter.
What'd you say?
Shout out to the daughter. How
Shout out to my daughter. And then she's 12.
Okay.
And then when he wasn't training, and I just keep going back because I can't. I'm trying to just think of actual people that I was intimate with, and that's the only time I saw a with clean eating and clean living and without.
Okay, so
I was in that relationship when I was in my marriage, and without, yeah, he was. It wasn't the same. It was still good, but it wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
Mm-mm. When you take care of your body in a certain way, the results show.
Okay. Lasting longer.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's important. So that's the thing I want to talk about, because that's one of the things on the channel, because I know you watched the channel recently and you was going through some older videos, and the reason why I say this is because, number one, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep asking these dumb questions, people on the outside looking in, oh, with a black woman, then when the black woman's here, you're not here, and then you miss it, or then you want to, then when it's a Latin video, they want to say whatever. So it's just crazy how we was having this discussion. I know you got a big question for me, but I was having this discussion. I'm saying that, you know, it's just interesting how when people are looking for what they want to look for, they don't look for the right shit. So it's like, why don't they just punch an X and Daniel Blink? Like, put whatever you put in there. Maybe they may find a black man, you know, white man, or Asian man, or whatever, and then the list goes on. So we do a lot of these videos. Like I told you about that bozo that's acting like he got a big talk show deal. And I'm like, no, this is YouTube. We have the discussions. We have topics from not all walks of level of life, but within reason. Like, we ain't sitting here trying to talk about shit that got nothing to do with nothing. We could talk about wildlife and everybody's gonna go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? We gotta talk about what people. I like wildlife personally, but we gotta talk about what the people want. So, you know, if you didn't know, right now I have this amazing sister called Artist. Well, that's on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she want to say her real name, but you know, she's a very unique, very unique friend of mine. You know, we have a very close friend of a friend, a mutual individual, and we just linked from there, and it's been nonstop. We didn't even make it to the summer yet, but we will. So it's gonna be crazy. She's an amazing individual. I think that she's probably a God gift to my answer. After hopefully she is after this conversation, but we have an incredible chemistry. So hopefully you'll be seeing more of her because there's things that she could actually answer. If you just see the last three letters, you should know what that means. If you say ESQ and you didn't know what the hell ESQ means, then apparently you should ask her what that means as well. You know what I'm saying? But she may have a different way of telling you because she may just be on somewhere, well, I do this and I do that. But at the end of the day, she's a black, career-oriented, right? Would you say oriented? Black woman, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all be thinking like sisters is out there for the bag and shit. And everybody trying to get a niggas money and all the above. This ain't none of that nonsense. So, you know, I don't want to be sitting here thinking that this is a situation. But me and this lovely sister had a real interesting conversation earlier today. And we were talking about, wow, she has a different impression. She had an impression. And I said, you know what? We're going to pause this conversation. I want us to talk about this. Like we're gonna just get this is what we talk. We talk about a lot of stuff. You ever have an individual, you don't know where to start. You like, I did this today. I cut my nails after I did that. You know, she getting her nails done. I'm hearing the Chinese ladies. You know, especially when women are in them damn getting them nails done. Them damn Asians don't give a rat's
They
ass.
don't care you on the phone. They're just mama hi.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, every time, right?
You don't see this in my ear lately? You don't see this? And she's like, yo, you don't see this? I'm talking to my kid. What's up? And then I'm like, respect.
Damn. So like they don't, so it's like, and as I'm listening to them, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like the woman's talking, but I'm like, you know what? Let me make sure I talk to Goddess here and introduce yourself, Goddess, in your special way.
Hello, everyone. That's the name that I chose. That is my Instagram. My name is Tracy. That's fine. I'm not going to go into my last name. I am an attorney. I've been practicing probably about 15 years. Not my best role in my life. My best role in my life is just being Irie Dread and a mother of a beautiful 12-year-old. That is my goal in life is to raise an amazing young lady. Being an amazing counsel, slash attorney is probably my second goal in life. I am out here living in New York, just trying to leave a legacy for my daughter. Be a good person, make a mark on this world that matters.
And buy a G-Class, a G-Wagon. I was just playing.
Who said I don't have one already? Who said? No, I'm just like, I don't have a G-Wagon.
Shut up. But y'all did hear this, right? I mean, she said attorney, so I know you criminal motherfuckers gonna be like, well, listen, I got to know. She ain't said criminal attorney because she would have stressed criminal attorney. But
So I do some criminal work. I don't do drug offenses.
Oh.
Other outside of weed. No disrespect to anybody, but I have an aversion for people just straight up selling crack and heroin to our people. It's just not my thing, and I'm not judging.
Right.
But I can't say that I would represent that zealously as I would. I don't have a problem with marijuana, so that's I think that should be legalized. So it matters to me who I support and who I represent. I'm one of those attorneys. Some people feel like, money's good, you got me. I'm not one of those people.
The bag, it's all about the bag with you, right?
No, it's not.
Thank God, Lord. Give my right on.
So in terms of marijuana offenses or like a DWI, yeah, that's cool. A little assault, maybe a gun charge, but straight, criminal drug enterprises outside of marijuana.
No problem.
Yeah, I can't stomach it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know the law, but you just don't do that.
Yeah, I don't do it. I can't stomach it. It has to be something really egregious, like somebody really taking the blame for somebody. It has to be something really egregious where the U.S. attorney or the DAs are just really railroading somebody, because in the end, it's about upholding the Constitution of New York State as that's supported by the Constitution of the United States. Everybody deserves fair access to justice. That's a different kind of thing, but those are so rare. It's very rare that someone's caught up in that kind of enterprise and you're really not doing nothing. You just be like, sir, come
That's
on,
interesting.
keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
Well, have you ever represented somebody that did 40 years even after you did, or
40 years after I did what?
represented them?
No.
Oh shit. Okay, so nobody did no life sentences.
No.
Damn.
No, absolutely not.
I tell you, all you damn scam artists, man, y'all better listen to this woman here because she's already indirectly telling you her shit is official.
I feel like a lot of it is your knowledge. A lot of it is God's grace. I can't even lie because there's a couple times I've gotten, well, it's not me. My clients have gotten dispositions, and I was like,
wow.
Oh, was it? What did I say? Was it the clear lip gloss? I don't know, but thank you. A couple times I don't know how it happened, other than just persistence and perseverance, and a lot of it is not being afraid of cracking that glass ceiling that is ahead. Because as much as we are advanced as brown people, brown and black people in this country, I don't even know why I say brown and black. Only Spanish people say that because there still needs to be some kind of separation.
Brown and black.
But the fact that you're black, you're black, they're gonna hang us from the same tree. Like, stop lying to yourself.
That's right.
But
they will remind you.
We're not. There still isn't fair representation. I was on I was telling you earlier that I was on in virtual court today. And you know how everybody it just pops up on the screen and you're waiting your turn for the judge to speak to you. And I was the only sister on there. There was one other attorney of color. It was
the only sister?
Man. Yes, it was a man. I was the only black woman on the conference, and the only other black woman that was there was a defendant.
Wow.
I was like, look at all of these, and I was just counting. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said, look at all of these white men, and all of their litigants that they were representing or defendants were people of color.
Damn.
All of them. Spanish interpreter was there, for the Spanish people. All of these people were representing people of color. I think one guy had a white client, and you know what she got locked for? Animal abuse.
Animal. But everybody else's charges was what?
Charges was crazy. And I'm just saying, and I'm listening to the addresses because I have some familiarity. And I was like, nobody thinks that this is weird, that all of these towns and these addresses are in the same areas. No one thinks this is weird.
Wow.
Like, you're there. It's the same town that one lives in the same town. And no one thinks that this is weird. No one thinks that there's like systematic oppression happening here.
And this is all the time, you see this every day.
All the time. It's very frustrating, and sometimes it's a little, not a little. It's depressing. It gets to you to the point where sometimes that you just feel like, yo, how am I gonna overcome all this? There's like 20 people on this virtual conference room, and 2 of us are of color, and both of us looking at each other like, yo, just get your dispo and get out.
The same way. Wow.
Like,
are the judges ever black?
Ever? Yeah.
And they still walk with them to the car? Like, I know down here where I live, the judge has to have a damn escort of a court officer to walk into the car.
Probably. I don't know. I never go in the back.
Hell yeah.
Park. They don't even park where we park. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't. That's a good question. If I come across any one of my friend judges, I'd be like, do you get an escort to the car?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they should. They should get it. I'm not saying that they shouldn't.
You just put them off for years, and you gonna think you're gonna go home and just eat chitlins and shit.
No, the judges generally, the judiciary, they live in a bubble. They can only socialize with other judges. They have to move in a way to not even give a hint of impropriety or a conflict of interest. Like a few of my friends have elevated to the bench, and we're not friends anymore because if I go into their courtroom, it looks like, oh, you know when you see your people, you just like, oh, you can't help yourself. So they get into the point where they're on. Well, I'm on a call. I'm sorry, guys. It's my baby. I'm on a call. Okay.
What?
Yeah, you can't be friends anymore. You can't be friends with them anymore. They live. The judiciary lives in a bubble. That's why when you see somebody making that leap to that level, just understand that they can't rock with you the way they used to. It's just not allowed. Don't take it personal. Don't
Straight
be
up.
like, oh, what's up? They're not allowed. They all the judges socialize with other judges. They can't come to your cookout. They're not coming to your baby's christening. They just can't.
Oh shit. It makes sense though.
Mhm.
It
Because
does.
they're supposed to be the representation of justice when you walk into a courtroom, and any
There's a
again
lot of
hint of impropriety or conflict of interest will get them recused. So they don't, and especially judges of color. It's like, come on, there's like nine of you. Somebody know them. Somebody knows them.
yeah, that's a fact.
So
You said they were friends with you. You're not friends no more.
nah. You send a text happy birthday or something like that. But in terms of, oh, I'm doing something at my house, you wanna come?
Over.
They'll only come if I'm only the only attorney there. But if I have other attorney friends there, it's like, nah, I can't do that. Hmm.
And I tell you one thing, I'm pretty sure you got incredible stories. We have to make another exclusive for that because I got questions, and you know how I am. Wow. Yeah. So damn. But you guys are allowed to watch YouTube and stuff like that, right? Like lawyers, I'm pretty sure. Judges.
Yeah, they
Um,
watch YouTube. Other than that, they don't curtail what you do personally. Um, but if you're asking me what I do, I don't have a bunch of lawyer friends because I feel like it's just inevitable that we're gonna end up talking about work.
right.
I don't want to do that on my free time.
No.
It's very important that I know when to cut it off, and the line is clearly marked in my mind. So if I have a friend anywhere and I'm like, this is another attorney, it's because they understand that. And it's not going to be a work conversation. It's not even going to come up a lot. And going back to one of the things that we talked about, a lot of times I don't, even make that an issue. Like if I'm out, I've lied to people, told them what I do because I just don't want people to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because people
That's why I
walk
was trying
around
to
New
let
York
people
thinking
know.
that I work at Applebee's. I'm a supervisor. I have no
I
problem
mean,
with that.
I could imagine people are even afraid to ask you practically any damn thing because they don't want to be. I mean, come on. What's the main things we always tell people they got to go to college for? A lot of lawyers and doctors, right? So there's already like a separate mode there. Does that intimidate men? Does that intimidate men?
Yeah,
It does. Okay.
yeah, it does.
Now, I would, a man of myself, like any woman that's in any profession, I'm like, ooh, like I go crazy. I don't know what it is. That shit's just,
Yeah, they all say that.
you know what I'm saying?
And
You know,
then when you're
so
working a
do you think I'm
trial,
intimidated?
when
Do you
you're on
think I'm intimidated?
trial or you're not home and you're not, um, there to, rub his back and stuff like that, or you're making more money than them,
Really?
it always comes out. Yeah, it does.
Shout out to the Shadows, shout out to our Matrix, shout out to the Ghost. You serious?
Yeah. It comes
I
out.
don't have no problem with that. I mean, we hanging out. You know, you grab the bill. Okay, cool. I'll take the tip. I don't have no problem with that shit.
Yeah, okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I never had a problem with a woman making more than me. I never. That's one of the only things that I hear dudes or women talk about. I'm like, huh? Like, I don't care. Like, if you're making more, just right. I think it's a great thing. Like in other words, how would I be
Yeah,
into?
I would think so. I would think I don't have any sons, but I would think that especially now in the times that we live in, to have a counterpart that if something happens to you, your kids are good.
Right.
I would think that would be such a relief.
Yes.
No, no,
That was the issue.
no,
What's the problem?
no.
Like, never had an
I don't
issue with
know.
it.
I'm not a guy,
I'm
but
totally. I don't even get it. I'm still listen. I've been hearing this shit since my late teens. I'm like, huh?
right.
You make more money, cool.
No.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, but they do.
I don't have a good. Well, you're right. Like you said, they do. Right. I don't have no problem.
A lot of men do because
People
unfortunately,
have problems with how I think of things and how I do things. You know what I mean? I think that's
because
probably.
I mean, and it's not to judge or shame any man that thinks that, but a lot of men, unfortunately or fortunately, because there's two sides to that, they equate their self-esteem with being able to provide for their family. It's what it is. You're not a man unless you can provide, which I'm with, because again, I don't want someone that if I'm messed up or sick or whatever, that this whole everything is gonna collapse. We're gonna go into foreclosure or whatever. I don't want that either.
Well,
So
listen, you got enough money. One thing that I will guarantee for you is I don't want to. So you good. So if you get sick and your mortgage is $7,000 and there's enough money in the checking account to pay for that shit, I'll make sure it's paid through your money. I don't have it, but you have it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta remember, I'm not obsessed with money. So what am I gonna do?
Yo, but you gotta have it because again, with my 7 racks or whatever you call it, looks like 7,000.
7,000 a month. You got a G class, brand new 2021. I got a 2002. Fuck it. Like your truck's 150,000, my shit's 25. I'm cool with that. Good. Kids are gonna be good.
What are you talking about right now?
Well, we'll get into that another time.
Yo, first of all, everybody has to come to the table ready to pick up the baton should the other person fall down.
Not if you have the money. You got the money. I am not a threat to your money.
Right, but if I'm not able
I have
to
as much money
continue to make that,
I'm gonna cheat on you more because I have.
what did you say?
If I have just as much money or more than you, I'm gonna cheat on you more. I'm telling you that right now.
Cheat on me. Okay, so what? How much you gonna cheat when you don't?
If I have less, I won't.
Yeah, how much you gonna cheat?
Not if I have less.
Oh, so that's the key to a loyal man.
Less likely. Yeah, definitely. Less likely.
Yo, what is this nonsense you talking
Well, hold on. We're gonna get to that because I knew you was having an issue.
broke
You
niggas
was having an issue.
just
And
as much as dudes with
I was gonna
money.
warn her because I gotta warn
I
people.
have dated teachers. I've dated real estate moguls, $10 million, $20 million plus palatial estates. They cheated the same.
I'm not a cheater.
It was the same. Well, I mean, what are you gonna say? Right? You gonna say yes, I am?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you hold that. Okay. I don't have any reason not to
Well, I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it
discount anything that you're saying. But in terms of your your assertive statement that I'm gonna cheat less because I'm making
I'm less likely to because now my whole thing is you are making more money for me. My whole thing is I want to maintain everything. She good. So there's no threat. There's no threat because the only threat you're gonna have is if he's trying to get mine or he gonna do me dirty. I ain't doing either one, so we're good.
What does that have to do with you cheating?
It does because if you're the breadwinner, you're making more money than me. I'm making less. I'm not obsessed with the money. I'm not obsessed with your money, and nor do I care to. I don't have a more or less a motive, ruin this because now you got your shit airtight. Your shit is above. You're doing your thing. I'm not gonna even take a chance to ruin it.
Yes, you will.
But if I get what you have or more, then I may tap into the situation a little more. Aww. That's what happened to Mary J. Blige's husband. See what happened with her? He got on her level. You understand? And that's when shit changed. He got up on her level and it was just, hey, even if she worth 300 million, he worth, 20 mils. At the end of the day, that's more than he had when he met her. It's a lot more. So that's just going to be a disaster.
I think the same character that you have broke is the same character that you have rich. You a cheater, you a cheater.
Well, that's like saying if you're a man, you're a man. I said less likely. I didn't say no at all. I said less likely. Less likely. Less.
If you're a cheater, you're a cheater. Your bank account has nothing to
do. Less.
You have integrity, you're loyal, or you're not. That's it.
Well, a man is going to be a man.
Well, again, you're making indictments about.
Some men are going to be moderate. Some men are going to play around. You know what I mean?
Equates that all men have an inability to be monogamous. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
What's it again?
I don't believe that every single man walking around here is incapable of monogamy.
No. That is a great question.
I don't believe that.
And why don't you believe that?
Because I know good men out here that don't cheat. I don't even want to say words like good and bad and stuff because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm judging their behavior. Your lifestyle is your right, to live the way you want to live. Just don't be a liar about it. And I just know that there are men that are more than capable of being in monogamous long-term relationships.
Right.
And it is irrelevant to their financial status.
So wait. Let's go back to this part that you just said, man, hold on. See, let me tell you something. This is the thing I was saying the other day. Black woman, you know what I prefer? I like to see a black woman in defense mode of her blackness as a black woman, right? Because this is why. Black women are very loyal to what they believe. They're very loyal to their race, a lot more than us. So what I'm asking you is this, right? Me as a man, I could never say what a man, a father, a mother is not capable of doing. I can't do that. It's virtually impossible for me to say what a man or woman is not capable of doing. Why is it? And before we get into this main topic, it's a big thing I hear a lot of black sisters say. My sister said it. How could you determine that you know a man that doesn't cheat? How would you know that?
Well, if we're taking people at their face value and you're in a situation where it's like, you got no reason to lie to me, homie. I'm not your girl, or, I'm just your sister, or there's nothing to gain in keeping it 100 with me. I can honestly say that I know men that don't cheat.
Impossible.
Okay.
I'm a man. I'm telling you.
All those lights off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's impossible because the reality is that you can only speak.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Okay.
No such thing.
So all the conversations that you and I have had, you've had a reason to lie to me?
If I had the opportunity back in my mind to, damn, hopefully one day I'll hit that. Yes, of course. I didn't lie, but I'm saying that is the interpretation. So in other words, this is the thing with you. Do you believe a male friend wouldn't sleep with you?
Say it again.
Do you believe a male friend wouldn't sleep with
you? No.
There's not a male friend that would not sleep with you.
You mean if I put it out there?
Like literally, yo, what's up? I want you to come over here and tear my back up. You're gonna say, hell no, we're friends.
No.
So that you just answer your question.
What does that have to do with him cheating?
The fact that if you have male friends, or any you talk, who's these people you talk about that when you talk about male friends? You say the people you don't even have a reason to cheat on.
Let me think. Right? Let me think of who I'm speaking about.
A gay, maybe a gay male friend. No such thing as a loyal, a man that will turn you down because you guys are friends. Let me answer this person here. Never worry says that's BS. Says loyal guys out here. Yeah, you're loyal and your girl's cheating on you. No fucking way in the earth. You talking to the wrong person, brother. First of all, I don't believe that's a crock of shit. And if a guy is loyal, and 99% of the time, your chick is doing something. Somebody doing something. 1 out of 2. That is the rate. You want to look it up? 1 out of 2 people cheat. So if it's a lady and man, or a man and man, or a woman and woman, somebody doing dirt, thought about doing dirt, or will do dirt. That's not good. I'm just responding to somebody else. Shout out to Michael Matroke. So what I'm getting at is this. Now, as you see, me and Goddess have these endless discussions. Like, when I say endless, because I may jump from one subject to another, but how this really started, because this has a lot to do with it. She was watching my videos, right? And, it's kind of the perception of what kind of perception does Axe Nathaniel give to a common person, woman, or anybody of that nature from watching my videos. Now, some would say, oh, this guy's a player, which I don't know how you pick that up.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying, somebody would say that, right? And then one thing would play on, he likes this, he likes that. So Goddess basically was watching some old videos. And, this beautiful sister, I've been trying to get on the show, not too long, about maybe a month. So I ain't gonna give her a hard time, about a month, but I talk to her practically every day, right? So I've been trying to get on the show for a month. She's a support, you've probably seen in the chat. So this all coincides with the whole cheating thing and all the above, because it has to do with male and female. And she basically said that there was an impression that she got from me from watching videos. Now, it was extremely interesting, right? And beyond interesting. And, she watches videos. She supports the movement. But she had some questions and some concerns. And this is probably the best video I'm doing. Now, just because these videos, let me tell you, don't think a great video for me is views. The greatest video for me are topics, because this is the first woman, and I applaud her, that came on the camera to ask me this question, because she had a real serious, straight to the point, she hold shit back question, and she wants to ask it. And I want you to ask in front of YouTube world and all the world right now, what is this concern that you had or question to me as this black brother that has this YouTube channel?
Why is it that when I'm scrolling through your YouTube, a large amount of your topics have to do with Spanish women and a black man's obsession with Spanish women? And I asked you, do you have a propensity for Spanish women?
And what was my answer?
Spanish women just like the camera, so I just go with it.
And you want to hear something? I know people.
Yeah. Yes.
Fantastic question. Probably the best question that anybody could ask because she didn't comment. She asked it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell the world. Number one, through YouTube, my first hit video, I had to take it down because it was a girl that was involved with a major celebrity. Major. Matter of fact, he was on the Grammys the other night. What was the Grammys? Yesterday?
I think it was Sunday.
Okay, he was on the Grammys with his wife. So basically, this particular woman, she did a video with me. My YouTube channel bursted, pow, like out of nowhere, like poof. But shit got taken down. And it was not even necessarily taken down. It was like a request. Like, all right, cool, no problem. We took it out because it was a conflict of interest of somebody very important that reached out to me many years ago. From that point, I was doing his videos and I wanted to show people how approachable women were in the streets of New York City. So I hit my man up, shout out to Santa. He said, here we go. Waiting for this. So I hit my man up. Shout out to GB, he's a director. He used to do old school videos like Master P and Wu-Tang. He used to do a lot of these videos back in the day. And I said, listen, man, I want to get on the streets and interview people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to get out there. So he's like, listen, you know, for you to do this through me, it's not going to make any financial sense. You can do this yourself. So he's like, he told me everything to get, what I need to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I started going into the streets of New York City, visioned it, made it happen. I went out there with my nephew. It was a beautiful thing, and we started going. Now, as I'm out there in the street, it's like we set up. I think the first video I did on the street was with an Asian girl. If you look at the video in 2013, moving along, it was an Asian girl, there was an Asian guy, and you know, she was like a hip hop Asian chick. So she was like a chick that fuck with black dudes. So, and then I had the Asian guy and I tried to hook them up together. It was cool. But all through the days, we kept approaching women, and the sisters just wasn't receptive as much as the Latin woman was. So now, even with me doing that, I was like, all right, maybe it's just me, but we was getting some pretty girls on the show, so it was dope. At that time, the camera I had, we was just as good as once the memory card was full, get out of here. Like, there's nothing else we could do. We wasn't using iPhones and shit like that. We had a real microphone, so we out there doing our thing. So then we kept going to I got invited to this fashion show. And shout out to Marilyn. She invited me. You know Marilyn, she pops up on my show a lot, the Black Sister. They actually have a YouTube channel themselves. Her two friends from Brooklyn, 3 girls. And she invited me to this fashion show. We go into this fashion show, get in the back, all the way to the topless, naked, just bone fucking naked. I couldn't believe it. Like, well, you know, we couldn't use the camera and shoot them or whatever. You know, they're in the fashion show, they're in the back dressing. So we went out there on the red carpet thing and we just started interviewing them. Yo, no lie. Every sister I was trying to bring to the camera wouldn't fuck it. Spanish, white, no problem. Jump right in front of the camera, let you interview them. Bang. So I was like, all right, get back on the street. Doing the same thing. So all around, we was doing fashion shows. We was on the streets of New York City. Most of the time, the sisters wasn't as receptive. So once we went up to Uptown and further uptown in Washington Heights, forget it. I was all she wrote. Then I just had a huge following of Dominican women. And I did this birthday party for this girl. And I remember she told me this. I never forgot. She said, let me tell you something, Nathaniel. Latin women love the camera. And ever since then, I just was shooting in. So throughout that time, fast forward to 2018, or I think 18, I started noticing how these brothers was going out of town. Excuse me. Out of town's a good thing. Going overseas to Latin countries, meeting black Latin women, and then going out there with the cameras, with the selfie sticks. And then I was getting all these dudes like, yo, you're a clown. You got to travel this far so for some pussy and et cetera, et cetera. And it just went south. So from that point, it was videos about that to the anti-Jews like, yo, dude, all these Spanish women are here. Why you got to go out there? So throughout the time, I had sisters, whether they were from Haiti, Africa, hood chicks, corporate chicks, everything was great. But the Spanish woman just was a big thing where they was just receptive to the camera, willing to do a lot more. And that's how it happened for me. From that point, that's what it was. So having you on the show right now is a big deal because in most cases there are usually issues because if a sister got a boyfriend, if she's Latin and got a boyfriend, he already know that she's on the camera, want to be sexy, cute, all the above. Sister, the dude's gonna be on some bullshit. He don't want her to do whatever. It's different. So I fell into this thing where those were the women that were receptive. So it was hard for me to get black women on the camera.
That's your story.
And you know what's sad? That's really a true story. But she wants to know: do I have an obsession with Spanish?
I said propensity.
Oh, propensity. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very smart young lady. So if you didn't know, she is an attorney, and I don't fake one like trying to be one. This is what she does. That's how she eats. You know what I mean?
I don't just play one on TV.
Right. She'll mess with this. She's gonna end up having, Judge Faith show or something like that. They're not judges, though. By the way, they're just Judge Faith is not a judge.
You have a propensity because you have this platform that you use, and that seems to be one of the themes of a lot of your videos is what is it with Black men and Spanish women. And then we went into the whole concept of how Black women see themselves, how we're not really appreciated for our own authentic beauty, but other ethnicities can snatch our style and they're glorified for that. They can inject their butts and their lips and get breeds and do whatever, and they're the most beautiful thing. But when a Black woman does it, it's not given the same amount of shine. So I was just wondering, were you one of those men that viewed those women as more desirable than the women that you came from?
No. And I love your questions. I love my questions. And the reason why I tell you the reason why it's no is because I think what happened was, in the past, I will admit this, I may have been, I like to use the word addicted, but kind of addicted to a location that I can go park my car and pow. Like I'm going home with footage for days. A lot of footage I couldn't even use. I think I was addicted to, I'm going to admit this, I was probably addicted to the culture of Spanish women reaching out to the nationality of Dominican women because they were so receptive to anything I had to offer in regards to the camera. Yes. I may have probably went through a very deep phase that it got to the point where, I was probably back then I probably was going through a thing where I'm not gonna keep trying, but I know she gonna do it. I know she gonna do it. So yes, I did get addicted to going to these Dominican areas, Dominican women on the street, and shooting them more than the sisters. Absolutely. Was there a mode of fuck them sisters and rather deal with this? Nah, just like she's not gonna do it. So I felt
and you had an agenda. You had a goal to get your footage.
I had a goal to get the footage.
Is that equivalent to doing it for the bag?
No. I had a goal to get footage to show the men how approachable women were in New York City when you could approach them one-on-one. That was my goal. For some strange reason, that kind of went over a lot of people's heads because then they just got obsessed with the beauty or who is that? Oh my God, look, you know what I mean? But I was trying to show how women are approachable in New York City streets. So I was trying to empower the woman at the same time, show men you don't have to be shy. You don't have to, you can do this. If I can show you this, this woman would not be accessible or reachable maybe to the common guy, but she is if you just open your mouth. Showing couples, mixing everything up. But I think there was more of a target at one point where we were probably primarily doing that more than the others. Yes, without a doubt. Now the thing is, that used to perplex me because I'm like, well, dudes are going up to other countries. I'm like, I don't understand. The women here are approachable, but they felt as if they're not approachable, so that's why we go over there. So yes, to admit it, yes, I was. I never felt as if I do feel that anybody other than a black woman to try to do black woman things, yes, men tend to get attracted to that. But I feel black women shouldn't have to do black woman things because you're black. Like I never understood to see a fake butt. I don't like fake butts anyway, but to see fake butt on a black sister is just like, why would you do that? You're black. So if we see a woman that has black attributes, whether it's fake or not, first thing we're gonna be like, damn, the motherfucker got a body of a sister. So I felt as if it was a phase that me doing the videos that I definitely was heavily strong into doing that rather than being in black areas and primarily shooting women in Flatbush. No question about it. I think that also the same thing too, that black women have this misinterpretation that they think black males generally are just into Latin women more than their own black women. And I need to clarify there is a difference. Yes, there are men that are into straight up Latin women, won't fuck with a sister in the United States because the sister's not approachable. And it's another issue. Now, I never had a problem with a sister not being approachable. She just wasn't receptive to us. So we was approaching them. They just was, maybe I'll take your card, maybe, they were receptive. And it wasn't a lot. I'm just saying, overall, more Latin women. When you see a group of Latin sisters and stop the whole crew, I'm like, yo, come here for a second. They all stop. You see that with the sister, one or two would stop, the other one's gonna keep walking. And she telling her people, come on. The other one like, yo, get out of here, let's go. You know what I mean? So it was a difference where, easily. It was just like taking candy from a kid. Just a group of like, yo, come here for a minute. Us. I'm like, yeah, come here. You see the microphone's in the hand, they come right over. So yes, I never felt a dislike for sisters or nothing like, yo, fuck these black chicks, they got attitude. I never felt that way. Personally, I went through more issues in my life with non-black women than I did with black women. So I never had that issue. So I feel that women got to think on a level of black men are just into black and non-black women. So now the guys that's going overseas, they're into just Latin women because they live in states where mostly the more Latin women are not as much as New York is. So that whole thing affects guys like me. So now it becomes, oh, I'm the guy that you thought. So did you pick up that I'm more into Latin women, or did you even take a chance to figure out and say, well, does he do videos with black women?
I just went through your YouTube and just saw what were your most recent, according to YouTube.
Right.
Like it'll say 3 weeks, 3 months or whatever. I just saw what you've been streaming lately in terms of going through there and searching to see, because again, it is about, what's going on with you now, or what somebody going on YouTube and finding Ask Nathaniel, they're not going to go in there and start putting in keywords. They're just going to go on the page and just start to scroll. And if you take a look at it, you'll just notice a theme. It's cause and Spanish women.
All right, so listen, we're on my site now.
Right? And bitch ass men. It's clear that you got no tolerance for bitch ass men.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact, yeah. No
cause,
question.
Spanish women, no bitch ass men.
Right. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
That's the impression, and that's cool, and that makes a lot of sense. That's very much me.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at these videos, let's just the worst of it. And this is probably the worst one, and that's my homegirl's daughter. God bless her soul. My mother passed, but black woman explains why black women are known to have attitudes. But all these, right? Let's just say black woman, Trini woman, white women who have a cover face, black woman, Nigerian man. That was a black couples, and another sister. These are all black woman videos. Every last one of these videos for days and days and days, and it's crazy, right? So here's a black sister ride a bike. I'm gonna take that picture there. There's a group of black women from the UK. We're doing this big trip next year. It's a black woman airplane pilot. There's a sister, I told you about her earlier. I was talking about the Whitty and all that. Another sister from Harlem. I mean, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. So that's the part that bugs me out. Remember I told you about my other friend from college, from high school. That said they're the one that says black men need to marry us, their women more. So it goes on. Why is my mate just passed too? Why is man just passed?
It's a real topic.
Right. So
yeah, you have a lot of men on your YouTube that chime in. What's up? Why y'all don't marry?
Why black men don't marry?
Often.
Because black men are not loyal to one race.
What does that have to do with you marrying?
Meaning, if you're loyal to your race as a black woman, so in most cases you probably date black
men. I didn't say why you don't marry black women.
Oh, black women. Black men are into too many multiple relationships. So they don't want to commit to one woman only to hurt her. Word.
Oh, so you're doing the woman a favor?
No, not doing her a favor. It's we don't
get it. You do things with the women that symbolize I'm staying permanently. Because there's nothing more permanent than, I guess it's not permanent anymore because
we don't
people with their kids every day. But I think
permanent with a black man. That's the problem. You just said it. It's sad.
2021, yeah. Like
sad. If in most cases, if you've been in a relationship with a man, last relationship, I don't know how long you've been with your last man, but there's a cycle that black men have to. It's a certain level of where that man could get past the relationship to prove that he may be around longer than most. And it's usually within the first 6 months to a year to determine what you really dealing with. If a man is with you and he ain't touch another woman, desire another woman, you're probably in a good situation. Most cases that just doesn't. You know?
I think that how would a woman know that? Because when a man is really, some of these men out here are good. Like, if you don't, you gotta like following your man around or going through his shit like it becomes a day job. Who has time for that?
Well,
trying to build a life.
Side here now, this one man, I think he's mentioned that's kind of juvenile mentality. What men don't understand, juveniles are more loyal than men. If a woman dates a man that's 19 years old, he's going to be probably more loyal than a man that's 40. So that has nothing to do with juvenile mentality. Juveniles, younger men tend to be loyal to women more than playing the game as older men. So that's pure bullshit. But let nobody ever tell you that. If you ever looked at the dude in high school and they walking around holding each other's hands all day, his and her shirts, doing social media videos, couples, they're usually kids. But when you start dealing with them couples and they get older, 40s and 50s, go on YouTube. Most of the couples are young kids. Men are more loyal, believe it or not, in that younger stage. What's hard with the woman, and the woman too, but somebody's going to get hurt like a motherfucker because that's first love status or the above. But if a younger man is dating a woman twice her age, in most cases, he's more loyal than a guy that would have been the same age as her age. No question about it. So don't always think it's a juvenile thing. It has nothing to do with that. Because grown men don't get pussy whipped like a young kid. So juvenile, if anything, is the way to go. I mean, I'm not saying the way to be with a kid, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean.
So you think that of someone that's loyal, or again, I'm using monogamy and loyalty in the same sentence. You think it's because he's pussy whipped?
Well, if the level of a man that's going to be entirely the woman ain't thinking of nothing, in most cases, he's a younger man.
And that's because he's pussy whipped?
Yeah. He's young. He's not experienced. You know what I mean? A man that's 30, 40 years old, he got way more experience than a kid that's 17 years old.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Or even a kid that's 20. The dude's 20 years old. He's way more experienced than a dude that's 30. Big difference between a 20 and 30-year-old dude.
Mm-hmm.
One dude is a kid, another one could be a grandfather.
So you don't believe that there are men walking around on this planet that have just, whether it's how they were raised in their household, have been instilled with and can abide by certain values where they are are living lives of fidelity.
It's
You don't believe. You don't believe that.
in his nature. He can't even help it. And even if he is trying to live that way, he's going to be miserable because either he's going to be miserable because he can't cope because he's moody for no reason, he's unhappy for no reason, or she's cheating.
Or what?
Or she's doing her dirt. Yep.
Damn, yo.
There's never been a woman that challenged me. No, a woman will challenge me with that, but a man will never challenge me. I've been doing this to you two for 8 years. I've never had a man challenge me yet. I had one dude try, and he said he was been with his wife since he was 15 years old. Mm-hmm. I know him personally. We did a video.
Mm-hmm.
I took the video down because, he was a part of a league. What is the thing? Jehovah's Witness, and he didn't want to look crazy in front of his congregation, so it was all good. But anyway, shy dude, Trinidadian dude. He said he'd been with his wife. He'd never been with another woman in his life, and he's still with her, right? And I said, "You never had sex with another girl?" I said, "Let me tell you this. Number one, I don't believe you." Oh, no, excuse me. I asked him, "Have you ever desired another woman?" Well, I look. I said, "Well, there you go. Doesn't matter. The fact that you didn't do it, you thought about it. So one way or another, that's in your nature. So I don't believe that you did it, and it's irrelevant. But the fact remains, if you did never look and cheat at another woman, now I'm looking at your wife. Because I don't believe that she feels that way. You know what I mean? I don't believe that's the reality.
But how the wife feels has to do with the fact that you're saying that men are incapable of setting standards for themselves. And one of those standards being, I'm a loyal dude. And I'm not saying they got to be loyal to everybody. Right. Some men feel like, yo, I'm going to thought this out. I'm Thotimus Prime until I get to my wife.
A loyal woman in 2021 doesn't exist with a loyal man doesn't exist with a loyal woman. It's just impossible.
And why is this?
It just is. I never like I said, a man never challenged me. I've never had a man challenge me, and to this day, I can do it right now. Let a man get on this panel. He'll never be able to, even if he challenges me, he's going to be mad at me because I'm going to be like, well, your wife, bring your wife on here. Let me look at your wife on her face and tell me that she ain't never looked at another man or ever thought about cheating.
See, that's where we're having an issue because I don't believe thinking about something makes you guilty. I guess that's the lawyer in me. Are we going off? Wait, what Bible are you talking about? You talking about Christianity? You talking about King James? You talking about that misogynistic homosexual? You talking about that guy? That version of the Bible?
No, not that version. The version of if a man
what version are you talking about?
desires another woman, he's cheating on his wife. Period.
No, that's a sin.
Right, it's a sin.
Yeah, but we're not naming sins. I'm talking about cheating. And I don't think that somebody's thoughts makes them a cheater. I could be on a diet and think about eating French fries all day. Am I cheating on my diet?
If a man had desire of sleeping with another man, isn't he gay?
No, I think he's gay until when he takes action for those thoughts.
If you're a man,
same thing, for the same reason. If I'm on a diet and I think about French fries all day, but I don't eat those French fries, I didn't cheat on my diet.
That's not the same thing. Let's go deeper.
Yes,
if you have a desire to eat another woman out at your job and you can't shake it, and every time you look at her, come on. Those thoughts shouldn't be in your mind if you're straight.
Hi, baby. But if she doesn't act on it, that doesn't make her a lesbian.
So what does it make her?
Someone that's in control of herself. Which is what, going back to what I'm saying, your statements make it clear that you don't believe that any man can control himself.
Some thoughts get people in prison. How many times have we watched
thoughts get people in prison?
How many times we watched that show, To Catch a Predator, and a dude physically never touched a girl, but he said he wanted to, would like to, showed up, and then they lock him up. He never touched her.
Yeah, but the crime is solicitation of a minor. Yeah, that gets you locked up. So he took an overt. That's exactly. There you go. He took an overt act. He proceeded to go to the place.
He never touched her.
Yeah, but touching her is another crime. The crime in your example is the solicitation. It's the conversation. Right, it's an overt act.
Right. So you're saying if you have the thought of being with another woman as a woman, and you intensely think
in your mind, it's like I think about committing crime at least 7 to 8 times a day. I'm not a criminal. When I see some of my clients and it is fast money and the scams, I'll be thinking, dag, and I went to law school. Shit. I'm not a criminal.
I expect that from an attorney's answer, okay, ladies and gentlemen. let's understand right now.
No, you're not going to jail.
Let's understand right now.
You haven't committed a crime.
This woman is the most stimulating woman.
You haven't cheated from your thoughts.
Let me tell you something. Well, listen, I would love to tell you that if you caught me in the bathroom and I didn't touch her, but I thought about it. You know what I mean?
No, but me catching you in the bathroom is an overt act. We're not talking about overt acts. You said thoughts.
I'm glad you. No. This is great. Keep talking. This here, I'm going to use this clip on somebody's ass right now. You say that basically you cannot be. A thought means nothing.
No. A thought is not an overt act. A thought is not a crime. A thought doesn't make somebody gay. A act. Yeah. Ladies
and gentlemen, Attorney Goddess has just gave the best answer in the defense. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? When you ask me, I don't believe there's a woman that can deal, unless you've been married to a man for 40, 50 years. I don't believe this. I'm gonna tell you what a woman taught me that was married to a man for 45 years. Her husband just passed less than a year ago. My homegirl's mother said this: men have goals. Once they achieve them goals, they move to the next thing. That's just a man. That's his nature. That's what the mother told me. Do you believe that? Or is that acceptable?
Man has goals, and once they achieve the goals, they move on.
In some words, goal or not, but basically, once a man achieves that goal, she didn't want to say pussy. He moves on to the next thing. Can a man Is that acceptable, basically, to you?
That
This is a woman that's
acceptable?
been married for almost 50 years. For saying no,
I don't even understand the premise.
basically,
The
the mode
question.
is a man is going to be a man. That's just how it is. It doesn't mean nothing.
Okay, but
A man
I
can
am
go.
here
A
to
man can have
challenge.
sex with
I
another
am
woman
here to
and
challenge what
still love
you're
his wife.
calling a man. I am not here to make sweeping indictments about an entire group of people. I believe there are men that are capable of forethought and discipline.
I'm
They are
glad.
capable.
But listen, I'm glad you believe that. That's good. That's healthy that you believe that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I believe this is Santa Claus.
And
I
I
do.
think that when we perpetuate these stereotypes that you can't, it's just in your nature.
Yes, it is.
That's just like
That's like me telling
that's
you
just like
it's
the
not your
studies.
nature.
It's like the studies that used to go on
Mhm.
on slaves back in the early formations of this country, when they used to say that the black brain, the pineal gland in the black brain, had no function. It's archaic to me that you still think that in this day and age that men are
For sure.
incapable of making a decision that requires some discipline, but you do not have to act on what you're calling is an innate character of men. I believe that we have advanced,
Okay.
always
Okay.
have, as people, as individuals, to make a choice. And I think that when we get into the whole you can't, yo, that's a sucker ass way out to say that you don't have no fucking discipline, man. Just say you don't. Just say it's in your nature. But everybody is not giving in to what you're calling is a primal instinct.
I ask you a personal question. Are you in a relationship now?
No.
Right.
Okay.
And this doesn't mean this is why the reason is showing you that a woman that's single, that's a profession, in a
Yo,
profession such as yourself, this is exactly what she says over and over
yo,
again.
turn these lights off, man. Sorry.
Black women are so loyal to their race. They believe what's not even the truth.
Turn the lights off.
It's a belief. So now what happens is
What does this have to do with being loyal to my race?
it has a lot because as a black woman, you believe. Well, you date black men, right?
You're making an assumption that I only date black men.
I mean, I was under the impression you gave men according to your history.
There you go.
No. Okay, do you date black men?
Yes.
Do you date Chinese men?
Have I ever? No. Would I? Yes.
You dated a Chinese man?
No, I said, have I ever? No. Would I?
All right, so I basically, when you're saying that you feel that way, it's kind of like you said, you start a conversation. Basically, it's a thing with brothers. Black men and men, it is in our nature. And this, the
I
truth,
never said that.
the
I
truth.
never used the term black men. My thing
Okay,
is,
but listen, I'm saying
men
I'm
marry?
a black man.
You
I'm
keep
saying black man because I'm a black
making it indicative of our race.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You're saying that you feel that men, you believe that there's men that represent these type of positive things that you're saying where a man will not cheat on
And
another.
have the discipline.
Why does it have to be discipline?
Because that's what it is.
No, it's not. It's discipline for a woman. It's discipline for you. See, in other words, could you go out and cheat on your husband, come back home and still love him?
I don't know about that.
Exactly. We could do that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's nothing. We could go. That's what my friend's mother was saying. We can go hit something. It's nothing. There's no connection there. We could go to another country, run through, or go to hit up 10 females at an all-star weekend, come home and love our wife probably even more.
Why are you equating cheating with an example of not loving somebody?
I'm not.
That was never.
What I'm saying to you is that we know how to separate the two. Most women can't comfortably sleep with multiple men and be cool with that. and feel empowered. We can't. It's different.
We're talking about apples and oranges.
No,
I'm talking about you having this belief that it is impossible for men.
It's a fact.
That for a man to be monogamous.
Impossible.
Okay.
Impossible. And if it wasn't the truth, why are so many women single? Because they're not going for it.
But there are also women that are not single. So many women are. So many women are not.
More women are single.
I don't know about that.
There's more women in the world.
I know that there's a 60%.
There's more women in the world than men. There's more women in the world than men over the whole world.
Okay, so then that negates that's why they're single, because if there aren't even enough men, if there's more of us than there are of men, then the numbers are not even adding up.
Right.
So then that negates your point.
Right.
More women are single just because there are more women.
Right. But what I'm saying is not even for that reason. If anything, it would be more of a thing they're sharing everybody. What I'm saying to you is, for me to understand a woman's nature, what it feels like to have a menstrual cycle, what it feels like to give birth, no matter what, I could never identify with that, even if I try to imagine it in my mind. It's not in our nature to even, it's virtually impossible for a man to deliver a child. That's extreme. So it's virtually impossible for a woman to get inside of a man's mind. You know what I mean? It's just impossible. You couldn't, even if I tell you something, you may disagree, but if you look at any history of any situation, whether it's a person you dealt with or personally of things that you just look around you, you're going to see that there's a mode of consistent inconsistency of being loyal. Just not built the same. We built two completely different. That's why a man, and woman, a woman. A man can't crawl in the same hole for 20 years. Can't do it. Impossible.
And what happened with the Jehovah's Witness guy that said that he did?
I didn't believe him. I feel like he was full of shit. I didn't believe that.
So, like, what would he have had to have said to you for you to?
Because he says he still looks. He still looks. Women would be in a situation where they be in a relationship. A woman could be with a man for 20 years and won't even think about being with the next man. A man can't do that.
Nigga, you in denial. Of course we do. Of course we do.
More likely, a woman will not act on it like a man. Sorry, it's not in your nature.
I didn't say that we would act on it. The fact that you're saying that you think that women don't even.
What I'm saying, I mean, physically, it's more so. A woman could lock down. A woman could discipline that situation where a man, his discipline is taking care of home, raising his family, not letting no bullshit come back to the house. That's the difference. We don't look at a man as a less of a man because you stepped out on your wife. We don't do that. Y'all do. You ask a woman what's a real man, it's two different answers. You ask a woman what's a real man, ask a man what a real man is. If a man has sisters and my sister comes to me, oh my God, what happened? What happened? He hit you? No. What did he do? He did something to my niece and nephew? No. What did he do? He slept with another woman. Oh, come on. You gonna break up for that? It's different. You cheat, you're a slut. He'll never deal with you ever again, but you can't do what a man does. It's just how it is. And if you do,
I'm definitely not debating that. You're debating. Right. You're debating on the capability. You're emphasizing the current, mores of our society about men and women behaviors in relationships. That's not my point. My point is that you believe that men are incapable. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I'm not saying that there's a lot.
Right.
Because there's no reason for a man nowadays, especially, to exercise that other than it's his personal choice.
Shout out to Mr.
Men that make that personal choice.
All right, so let me ask you this, sister. Do you feel that Black women are submissive to Black men more than Latin women?
More? I don't know. I don't know about more.
Okay. So if you don't know about more, you can state for a black woman. Are black women the most submissive to a black man?
I don't even understand it. Are they the
Yeah,
most
right.
submissive compared to what? White, Chinese,
Right. Different.
Latino?
Well, it's a lot because you got to remember in a lot of different cultures, they're very submissive to their men. Albanian women are submissive to their men. A lot of Asian
Okay,
women are
but
very
which one of
submissive.
those cultures were black women culturally, historically ripped away from these men, and it was indoctrinated in them that those are not your men and you're not supposed to like. It's like, how are you even comparing us to other women? We don't even come from the same cloth.
Right. So my question
So
to
the
you
fact
would
that you're
be,
not even taking the historical differences in those relationships and the way those women are taught to interact with their male counterparts, it's like you're asking us a question that's inherently unfair. It's like you asking the fucking SATs right now and wondering why black kids don't excel on the SATs. It's inherently racist.
I just told you that hey, I admit, I said I don't feel that black men put our woman on the pedestals that we should, right? I admit that. That's
Black
a fact.
men need to put themselves on the pedestals that they should be on. Number one,
Nah,
you
nah, nah.
can't love nobody till you love yourself,
Hey,
King.
hey, Jaheim said put that woman first. I'm sorry. You don't
Yo,
put
you
that woman
can't
first.
ask people, any man, to love you. He don't love himself. Number one.
No, that's not true. That's a myth. You can love somebody more than yourself.
No, I didn't say you couldn't love somebody more. I said you can't expect to find love from somebody that don't love they self. And if you look at the state,
No, you can get love from somebody that
okay,
don't love yourself. Of course. Absolutely. I got some very close family members. Funny, you hit a nerve with that one because I was like, whoa. There's a particular person, she don't love herself, but she loves that man. She loves him so much that God forbid he did her dirty and really crushed her, he could really risk her. She'll probably take herself out of here.
and
Because she loves him that
is
much.
is that self-love?
No, I'm saying it's not self-love, but clearly she does. You don't have to have you can love somebody without loving yourself.
I don't know. Jury's still out on that one for me.
You know what I mean? It's just sad, but now even with you, let me ask you this: like, so what is the interpretation you get from? And be honest, you got this interpretation with me through videos, but what do you get the interpretation from black men that are into Latin women that you feel as a black woman, you guys are scratching your head? Seriously, like, because you clearly want to know. So what is the thing that you are aware of or something that you're not aware of about why black men are dating Hispanic
Um, it is like a status symbol.
women? Okay.
They feel like yo, I'm a G because I bagged that Spanish chick. Dating another, yourself or black women is not as in terms of how, and it's so funny, it's not even in terms as other women look at them, it's the way other men look at them.
Hmm.
They looking for that validation from other men. So the fact that they feel that these women are, so unobtainable, and it's such a like I hear men talk about, yo, I like them exotic, like that exotic. They feel it this, so I would never. The fact that I can talk to her, that makes me a better man than the next man. That's a
That's
reflection of something else going on.
interesting.
Mhm.
Okay. Ask me if Latin women are attainable.
Ask you what? Ask yourself.
You
You
said
ask.
they're not attainable, so maybe that was one of the myths of it. So ask me, are Latin women obtainable? So people can get a direct answer.
Well, do you feel Latin women are obtainable? And you're gonna say,
That's the reason why they're too obtainable, generally worldwide speaking, and that's why a lot of black brothers, not that I'm in favor of this, believe me, they're too obtainable, and that's why they're steering away from a lot of black women. They're too obtainable.
so you're saying that black men are lazy.
Not saying that they're lazy. It's the fact that
When you're going for something that's too obtainable as opposed to doing the work to obtain something, you're saying
no, it's that. Well, remember you did mention that the fact that they're not obtainable, and maybe that may be a rarity because dudes are doing it because it's kind of exclusive. They're not as they are obtainable, and that's why dudes don't want to put the effortless footwork for a woman that wants you to turn, according to them, turn cartwheels when they could go to another country and meet a woman and just on sight, she ready to jump in the bed with them.
yeah, because that's their part of their culture.
Right?
Okay.
Freaky in bed. You watch a black porn, you watch a white porn, and watch a Latin porn. You can't touch a white woman. Nobody can touch her. But she's in America, so she's dealing with the same situation that the average black man or man is dealing with. So they'll get a Latin woman where you could get everything in one, black, white, everything, light skin or white skin, or she's black blood and all the above, but yet she's freaky as hell in bed. Average black woman ain't gonna swallow. Average black woman ain't gonna let you touch her hair and pull it when you hitting it from the back. Average black woman ain't gonna try to have you in her house and cook a meal for you until you be with her for some time and put the work in. She may require less work because the fact that she is obtainable and it's less work to deal with. According, this is what happens, right? Not saying I agree with this, but this is what's going on. So the obtainable part is they rather leave America, go to a country that they can go out there and fuck everything left and right with no problem. Have, you know what I mean? Do this, do that, get their shit off because they have a major itch, come back here and the system may not want to do all that. So now you got to reel at the fact of nurturing, sex. The thing that they lack is conversation, but they still nurture more physically, rub your back, you know what I mean? Scrub you, put you in the tub with all that, this, that, and the third. The sister, you can even get in her house. Because in most cases, her culture is about being submissive to the man is the king. And the black woman is supposed to be the queen to the black man, and she ain't even being submissive. She ain't gonna listen to what a nigga say, unless the nigga paying the rent, don't tell me shit, and all the above. And the reality is, whether you make more money than him or not, he's still the king. His chair is higher than yours. I don't care if you make $2 million a year, and that nigga make $100,000 a year, he's still the king of the house. And if he with you and he not the king of the house, and you, then what are you? If you the king of the house, then he don't need him. You gotta go get a woman. Queen, you know what I mean? So this is what the issue is. So men can't have this accessibility with their submissive black woman. So they go where there's accessible woman that their culture promotes that. That's what they do. So the black women are tending to lose their men because they have a belief that men are not like this. I'm not accepting that. I'm like, yeah, they are. The reality is that
they're not like what men are not like they want submission.
Men want submission, and men are horny. And men, so every now and then, a man's going to be horny for another woman. It got nothing to do with his wife. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you what it is. A lot of things we talking about is not right. It ain't right to have sex before marriage. I believe a lot of women need to stop having sex before marriage. I mean, that's a big issue. I believe there's too many women out here giving up the cootie and the goodies, and then we don't have nothing to work for. How are we going to work for anything? Well, how are you going to have us wanting to work for anything? You done gave me the box 4 times in the last few weeks.
According to you, they don't want to work for anything, which is why they go to Latino women.
Well, not necessarily they don't want to work for you because you ain't giving us sex. It's more the thing of, well, you're demanding for me to marry you, and we done had sex a million times. So now you want me to marry you, and I'm not ready to get married because I'm still enjoying my life. For example, are you cool with that? No. So then you may date another man. Listen, I want you, it is what it is. I ain't going nowhere, because he got to tell you that, because if he told you the truth, you're not going to go for it. We can't lie. Lying to them, they can't communicate. So it's not even a lie. They don't even understand what we're saying. They don't understand English. Not for me. I don't do this. I'm just saying. So here, you communicate, and we say, listen, I'm a man. I love you. I'm into you, but I like doing my thing. Are you going to be cool with that?
If you're cool with me doing the same.
No. I didn't ask that.
I'm telling you the context in which I would be fine with that.
I'm asking you, would you be cool with that? If I met you right now.
I just told you the context in which I would be cool with it.
So you wouldn't be cool with it?
If that's across the board.
It's the truth.
I'm saying what I'm saying across the board is, and if that's what you're doing and that's what I could do, then we fine.
Then listen, I'm good. I'm going over this way because she ain't trying to do all that.
Okay, sir.
No man gonna be with a woman doing what he do. That's not a woman.
All right. Well, don't do to people what you don't want done to you.
That's not a lady.
Don't do to people what you don't want done to you.
That sounds good. My mother told me that when I was 4.
Mm-hmm. Certain things in life still apply. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
You should.
Okay, so you should.
Right. Remember,
so just because all this slackness is going on, and it's entertained someplace else, if that's where you see yourself, that's the lifestyle that you want. Yo, keep it pushing, homie.
Okay,
go that way.
So let me ask you something.
Go that way.
Let me ask you this question: if you're saying that you believe that there are men,
I don't know you, man,
are opposite of this type of behavior, or this way of being, where are they at? I'm a man.
God.
I would know this
before you.
Where are those men at?
They're all over the place.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If they're all over the place, then why are you not with
one? There was a lot of reasons why I'm single. One of them is by choice.
There's no such thing being by choice. Impossible. That's default.
That's not true.
You're single by default. Circumstance.
No, I could be in a relationship if at any moment when I choose to.
So let me ask you, would you be, ladies and gentlemen, chiming in, this is my people's goddess. She is who she is. So if you're just joining in, shout out to everybody I see on the chat. So let me ask you this. Shout out to the Ghost, man. I appreciate you. I want to ask you this. Is a man if he tells you the truth from up front?
Yes.
Even if he's cheating on his wife?
Even if he's what?
Cheating on his wife.
Is he a man if he's cheating on his wife?
If he's a man and he's telling you the truth, and in the truth he's telling he's married, is he a man or is he a liar?
Is he telling his...
Is he a man or is he a liar? You know what I mean? Which one are you going to look at?
That context is different. Is he a man to me?
Right.
Because he's keeping it a buck with me?
Keeping it 100 with you, a man, telling you the truth.
Then I respect him.
Okay. So would you call him a man or a liar?
Is he lying to his wife?
You got nothing to do with that. That's his wife's problem.
Well, it's not the point, because to be lying, if you're not lying to me, then why would I call you a liar?
See, that's what I was trying to tell you. Woman get caught in this thing.
If I know the entire circumstances, just because you lying to me, not lying to me, doesn't mean that you're not a liar. I can't put a stamp on your entire life just because of your interaction with me.
Right. So now we don't think like that. Man, we're like, you're married? Yeah. Well, what your husband think about it? We don't care what he think. That's his problem. See the difference? Women, well, you cheated on your wife, you do the same to me. Now y'all friends.
No, where are you? You're so like going someplace else with your with the question. That wasn't the question that you asked me. You said, does that make him a liar? I said, I don't know. If I meet somebody and they're having a conversation with me and they're telling me what's going on, can I say they're a liar? I can't say they're a liar. I can't say they're not a liar. To answer your question, I'm gonna need more information.
Okay, do you respect him as a man or not for telling you the truth?
Do I respect someone that's honest with me? Yes, I respect him.
Okay, so you respect somebody that's honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I respect the honesty.
Right.
Respecting him might be a little bit of a stretch.
Because the same guy could have lied to you, been with you for 2 years, and then you found out he was married.
Okay.
Right. So do you feel that the truth works against a man or works in his favor if he wants to?
I think the truth always works in a man's favor.
How does it work in his favor when you said would you deal with this man?
Because you should have enough respect for yourself to stand in your truth and live that. And you should never be in a situation where you're just so desperate for something that you need to lie to get it. If your truth isn't acceptable to one person, you'll move on. Like you said, there's way more women around here than there are men. You will find somebody that wants to deal with your truth. Keep it pushing.
My thing is this. If a man approaches you with that approach, how would you personally feel about that? Like, would you roll with him or not?
No, I'm not. I don't date married men. I don't date men that have significant others. I don't want to be I don't want to be in an entanglement.
Right. Okay. If the man had told you that he was single, he would have had a better chance.
Okay. Why are you upset? Why are you obsessed with smashing me? How many women there are out there? Have some respect for yourself. There's another one.
No. I'm saying.
What do you need to lie for?
No, I'm saying if he told
go bag somebody else.
Yeah, but if he told you that he wasn't with anybody else, right?
I believe that to be true.
Right. Do you believe that to be true?
No, I said, and I believe that to be true. Yes, I was waiting for you to finish the question. If he told me that and I believe that to be true, would I date that person?
Why would you believe a man to be true if you know what men are about? In other words, wouldn't you find it odd if a man approaches you and has nobody?
No.
You wouldn't find that odd? You don't know him. So how would you trust a stranger with this impression that you're going to go by his word?
That's what time gives you. That's why things have to unfold. Am I going to take that from the first conversation? No. Time reveals all. That's the problem with people. They're always rushing into things before they're doing their investigation. Time is going to show me who that person is. Time is going to show me that man's character, just like time is going to show him what type of woman I am.
I'll tell you something. And I want the woman to listen to this that's listening online. If more women would use the concept of this, the only way that's going to prevail more true than fake, if a man is really ready to commit to you and he didn't have sex with you, and in order to even be with you on that level, he has to marry you, you best to believe if he's on it, he's going to do it. If he ain't bullshitting, if he's full of shit, he's going to walk away. So basically, a lie can go further. And this is real. I want every woman to listen to where I'm coming from with this. If you meet a stranger, don't know you, I don't know your credit, I don't have nothing. I'm going by your word. So in other words, you got to give this person time in order to see the truth. Now you done fell in love, you done had sex, squirted on each other, maybe even got pregnant, and then to find the truth. But if the woman, knowing that men have this incapability of, hey, there's a chance that the dude could be with somebody. If a woman puts on her hands that, hey, it don't matter who you with, but in order to mess with me, this is what you're going to have to do. And he knows that he has to meet this requirement to marry you. If he's serious, he will do it. You can eliminate a lot of problems like that. I'm telling you. The problem is women is giving up the goods and they ain't got no marriage. That's the problem. If I met a woman right now and I got a chick and I'm like, yo, she's like, listen, you cool? with or without a woman, but at the end of the day, if you ain't marrying me, you'll never smell this shit. I'm like, oh damn, you know what I mean? It's a difference. So we have an advantage because you can technically tell a woman anything you want. Because if you tell a woman the truth and a woman deals with you, at least you know the truth. You know what's going on. You know what it is. But if you don't know, I got a dude right now that got herpes. Literally. Okay? He has an STD right now. And he caught it from a chick many, many years ago. He'd never tell a woman that. Why? Because if he did, they wouldn't want to fuck with him. But on a good tip, if he was able to tell a woman that and she took in his truth, not only would that be a jackpot for him, but yet she knows that at the end of the day, he never got a reason to lie about anything because I took in his truth. So a woman may think a man has nothing to lie about. Yes, he does, because you're new pussy. But if a man looks at you as his future wife, he's going to do that. That's why one of these healthiest shows that I like is when these dudes are like, you're going to jump into something, or they married, the first love at first sight. There was some show that was on Netflix, really, really good show. If a woman puts out the most amazing obstacle, which is only an obstacle to a man that's going to bullshit you, you would see a tremendous difference in the men that's going to stick around because they know they can't do that. Nigga can't marry you if you married. Not in the United States. You ain't going to be able to commit and really play this game if you say that. But if you're like, cool, well, I'm going to take his truth, that's when y'all bury yourself. I mean, you're going to go by his word. A man's word is nothing if we're men. A man could meet, you could have a brother. Your brother could meet a guy. He could pick me up the minute he meets me and shakes my hand in ways that you could never do. Me and you were dating. I met your brother. He could pick up on me in ways that you never could pick up on intuition because he's a man. That male intuition is a lot different. So that's where a lot of women tend to fail. And I believe that the loyalty that Black women have is even more hindering to them because unlike a lot of other different cultures and nationalities, Hispanic men don't date out their race as much. Asian men don't date out their say that white man, they're doing it, but not like a Black man. A Black man loves assortments. He will date anything he don't give a fuck. You can have a woman come here from Mars, he gonna date her. You can come in from Jupiter, he gonna date her. Black men love assortment. They love flavors. It's like having 1,000 pairs of different Jordans or a whole bunch of different cars or a whole bunch of different jewelry. We love having that assortment. Where the women messed up with that is, especially sisters, they have their beliefs and their beliefs work against them. So they don't want to listen to this stuff because it's like, that's your opinion. I'm like, all right, well, tell me if you live in different. Because if they live in different, they'll be able to say, well, listen, and trust me, I don't care if she's been with her husband for 50 years, she's going to understand it a lot different than a woman that's in her 40s that probably dated or been married for 5, 10 years because she lived, 10 decades, a lot different. It's half a lifetime for some. So what I'm saying to you is that if women could take heed to the fact that having brothers don't mean nothing, that could actually damage you. You see brothers running girls in and out the house, that shit's the worst thing. I regret doing that with my sisters because I feel that destroys a woman in the long run. It plays against her later. It's almost like a curse. A man should never see that. He got to treat his sisters like a daughter. A man should never let his daughter or nobody see him with another woman in that level. He should always let mommy see love. You know what I'm saying? Kids, women are like kids. They are very impressionable. So they go by what they see. So in that set is the fact that Black women are so super passionate, their passionate kind of blinds them when a man is telling you the truth versus a man that's telling you something that sounds good. Like, does this sound good? Well, he's available. Why? He told you that. What do you know him from? I just met him 2 days ago. Now you're going to have to date him to find out if this is true. But the guy that told you what the deal was, you already know. You know the most extreme situation. It don't take 2 years to find this out. It don't take 10 years. Some women took 30 years. You found this out from the jump. So now a woman's like, well, Nate, do you think you should date a man that has a wife? No, I'm not saying that, but if that seems to be the man that's telling you the truth and the man that's telling you something that you want to hear, how about you tell him something he ain't used to hearing? I'm going to tell you right now, before you waste your time and even ask for my number, you ready to get married? He was like, well, whoa, 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 no. I'm saying you ready to get married, meaning in order to be with me, you got to marry. Or in order to know that we ever have sex, because we could go to dinner, but you'll never touch this shit until we are married. If a man's going to be like, all right, cool, he may try to put the work in, but once he realizes that he is not achieving this and it's a game and he out, then he wasn't the man. That is the biggest issue. And that's why I feel that Black women need to hear this topic, because Goddess is not the only one that has this question. I get this question a lot. Now, I'm totally against the overseas thing. Let me be clear with that. I'm not into overseas prostitution. I'm not into that shit. But I do know that, you know, there was a time when Blacks were second-class citizens, and now we're third class. And we're third class because Latins they're multiplying in massive numbers in the United States, and they have a different family structure, a lot more stronger family structure than Black Americans. You know what I mean? If you see a Hispanic person with a big mansion, they're going to have all their family from wherever country they're in living in that shit. I don't care how rich they are. That's just what they do. Blacks, we different. We don't do that. We believe living at home with a person is a failure, and they don't look at it like that. So it's different dialects. So now it becomes a thing of how can Black women achieve and get better men? Let men know, listen, at the end of the day, you can't tell me you're looking for serious. You're looking for marriage, the end. And if that dude trying to push up, he feel he got to test the goods before he move in. Now with no grown-ass woman, you don't. You do, that's bullshit. Let him know I'm not a virgin. And if it is a virgin, he'll be willing to marry you. If you're not a virgin, he still should be willing to marry. If he's serious, he will marry you. And that's your jackpot. The best woman I've ever had in my past in the dating scene was one that told me, listen, I can't even have sex with you unless you're my boyfriend. And you know what? I tried everything I could. I tried to crack at that shit for years, could not get it. I ended up falling into the thing and being a girlfriend. At least she had some insurance. Like, all right, fuck it. We ain't wasn't married, but you gotta be my man. That was then. This is the damn early 2000s. Now shit is worse. Because now Black brothers are not teaching their Black women properly because they got to keep all this information I'm talking about hidden. It's like the same thing we would talk about personally with certain groups of people in law, the law life, where they have to be with socializing with this one and that one. It's the same way. So if more men are talking about the things I'm talking about, like, no, don't tell the secrets. No, that's the truth. Because that's why a lot of these sisters, and it ain't just you, it's the majority of the Black women I know. It's a big deal because Black men love assortments, and they have to give brothers more of a better obstacle if they're going to be meaning to get between their legs. And that's real. That's coming from the heart. Now, you don't have to listen to me, but it's my duty to say that. Do I believe Latin women are more submissive than Black women? No. I don't believe that. And I'm going to tell you why I don't. Because the fact is that Black women are supposed to be the most submissive to the Black man beyond default because they know us. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, what other woman could even recognize what it is of a Black male struggle? You can't identify totally unless you're Black. I don't care what. I know a lot of my homegirls are mad about this. They got Black children. You cannot. So the fact that her submissive is a connection. Black Lives Matter is a movement, but a Black woman knowing a Black man struggle, we could identify with her because she's a Black woman. And she's loyal to her Black race, so that makes her more loyal than we are. So we're not as loyal. So yes, the fact that Black men are willing to date outside their race shows you that Black women are submissive. They just have a lot of issues that men that didn't teach them, fathers that didn't guide them the right way, didn't teach her the game. How the hell you gonna teach your sister the game if you running the game on a mother? You know what I mean? How do you teach your daughter the game? You can't do that. It's almost impossible, right? So the best way men have to do it is to actually hold on, Black. Layla, I wish I could bring you into this, but I really had to have this exclusive. Go ahead, Goddess.
Go ahead, what?
I don't want to bring anybody on this one because this one is special. Because this is we got 100 people listening right now. This is phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah, 100 right now. So,
wow.
Goddess, what I want to say to you is, your loyalty, you clearly are a queen. You clearly are a lady. You clearly are passionate about love. You clearly are passionate about a relationship. That all shows. Is this true or false? Everything I just said.
True.
No games, no hit and run. You ain't playing it there, right?
Mm-mm. Nope.
But you want something serious, right?
Eventually.
So how's a man going to be serious with you? How can he get?
How?
How can he get to you physically? I want this woman. I need to be in bed with her. What does it take?
Oh wow, that's not gonna happen.
Damn.
I'm not in that headspace now. I'm not
Okay. So
involved in any with anybody in that manner. I'm not in that headspace. But keeping it real with you, I didn't have I don't want my daughter to hear me. Me and her father didn't have sex before we got married. I had sex with my husband on my wedding night.
okay, he knew that. That's what it was going to be.
So that's what I'm saying. So I know what you're saying in terms of defining for yourself what your goals are
Hmm.
in life. And but that was my agenda at that time, to get married. I wanted to be married. I wanted someone else that wanted that commitment. To tell you now that that's still my agenda, I don't know.
Okay.
I did that already. I was married for a long time. Could I do a Oprah and Stedman and have a long
Right.
term, beautiful, loving, growth-filled relationship that's not a marriage?
Hmm.
I don't know. I also don't know if that's a consequence of um, the state of affairs of dating right now. Am I saying that right now because the pickings is slim? I don't know. Um, but would I like to be in a place where I'm just dating one person exclusively? Eventually, yeah.
No, but would you
And that
want
would
that?
have to,
Perfect
hmm?
girl? Like desirably. You still would want it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
eventually. But I am in no rush. I can take all the time that I need to
Or you're
get to a
afraid to
space with
fall
that
in love?
person. I had a conversation, so funny because you know how our conversations go
Right.
all over the place all the time. This one guy that I have been dating,
Passionate, passionate. That's why.
what happened?
We passionate. That's why.
Yes. So I had the conversation with this guy that I met maybe, I don't even think I've known that man a month.
Right.
But he calls me up yesterday. Nice guy. I'm not saying anything like that. I don't even mean to say that man. Nice guy though. We've probably been out 3 times. Very nice. But yesterday he was like, I need more of your time. I need to see you more, you
Mm.
know, this and that. And I was like, sir, before you even continue this conversation with me, I need you to tell me, when did we meet?
Right.
Was it before or after Valentine's? He was like, yo, it was after Valentine's. I said, what's today's date? He was like, the 13th. I said, you barely know me a month. What makes you think you're getting any more time than you're getting? Like, I don't know what you take me for.
How long was it? Valentine's of this? Oh shit.
Yeah. I was like, yo, slow your roll. Like, what makes you think you're getting any more time than you're getting? I have a life. I have a child. I work out. I have my practice plus, my day job. I have my friends. I have things. I mean, this has to go, if you really think it's going to be something serious, if you really see me as somebody that you want to date seriously, you got to take your time. Like, yo, there is no rush to into. I didn't know that I was on a timer. What you talking about? Yo, we got to get this moving. You know what that man said? He said, "I wish I could do married at first sight. I would do it." I
You
was
said
like,
that?
mm-hmm. I was like, "Aw, no, that's not realistic, sir. Stop." Because
Orders
that
for the box. You should say orders for the box. Yo, you should have said that. You should have been like, yo, like,
but
yo, text will be like, yo, would you have sex with me tonight? You'd be like, hell yeah. You'd be like, wrong answer. Good night.
so just to show you, it's like people just don't understand. Like, when you're younger, you most people probably are dating with an agenda. They're looking to settle down, and they want to get their house and their kids, and build their 401ks together. It's like, I don't really have an agenda now when I date. If I can't vibe with somebody, like, we here, if I don't genuinely enjoy your company and want to spend that time, it's not a win-win for me. It's not a win for me at all. So, and that's something that comes with time. And most people, we're in the time of instant gratification. People don't want to take that time. Nobody wants to, really get to know you anymore. They just like you. They just want to come and talk to you, and you know, you smell good. I want to yam. I want to yam you out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no thanks. No thanks. But I mean, but if you want to do something, next week, okay, you want to hang out, but that's as far as it's going. But no, I don't know.
Could
To
you
you
hang out?
going back to your
You hang
question,
out?
like, yo, are you ready to be married? I don't know. Huh? Ted,
Wow.
you breaking up? Or you froze?
It's frozen? Oh, so it's up now. It's good now, right?
Okay, now,
It's good now, right?
yeah.
Do you think that you made good choices generally in this love game?
Good choices? Yeah. Could I have made great choices? Yeah.
There's two types of men that's with this Latin woman thing, and I think black women have to understand. You got a lane that may run to a different country. So if you go to a different country because you can't get a woman here in the States, or you're bored a woman, you're a lane. That's whack. You know how I feel about that guy. That's just corny. You're a real fucking clown. You don't even need to be with a woman. Just stay over there, right? But then there's another side of men that have, like you were saying, what's the thing called? like a fetish, and do Latin women tend to have this give us fetish? Oh, absolutely, there's no question about it. Obsession definitely. Like I said, I broke down my whole situation with the tube and the channels. That was a different thing, but obsession generally, I feel that yes, black men have. I feel a lot of men, most men, have an admiration for Latin women because she represents so many different cultures and nationalities in one, right? Asians are Asians, blacks are blacks, whites are whites. So like, you could have a Hispanic woman with white skin with chinky eyes, right? You know what I mean? So I feel that her mixture is what you call exotic. Not to say black women are not exotic, and not to say white women are not exotic, not to say Asian women are not exotic, but Latins tend to do that, and I think that is like a thing that men don't even realize why they're attracted. I feel that black women are so much of the creators of this image. They allow women to get away with murder. It's like you look at whether it's the Kardashian movement or the Amber Roses. Like I feel, this is my personal opinion, but I really feel that a lot of sisters just allow women from all these different cultures to steal their shit And then black women is always, it's like, well, it should be, you know, it's all right. Like, no, like y'all should press that. Like, talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If something's getting stolen, speak on that shit because they're gonna dish you anyway. If the dudes is thinking about they just mad, let them dish you. But I feel that y'all let a lot of women get away with murder. I really, really, really feel that. Like, people have to understand the cultural appropriation. You know, would you approach a woman that may have had cornrows? I had a discussion with this, and could you do that and make a legit argument? Could you have an issue to come to a black man or a white woman or a Hispanic woman and be like, yo, come on now, like reggaeton, you serious? Like, oh, you fucking serious? You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel that y'all let slide. Like the other day, right? This whole thing was going on with Mr. C. You heard about that shit, right?
Yes, I sent it to you.
You sent it to me, and then I seen I think it was Angelise. She's such a fucking disaster. But anyway, she was like, yeah, because to each his own. It's like, yo, you need not to be supportive of anything that's against you. Just shut up. Like, stop trying to be the politically correct one and not be extra loving. And this man is dating men that are representing women. You're a woman. You should take that person. You know what I mean? So you don't have to support it because you want to look like the good girl. So that's the same thing with you as a sister. Like, here you may see somebody copying your lips, they copy your nose, they copy your hair, they copy your ass, your legs, every fucking thing. And I don't feel sisters rep that. That's one thing I like about China. China, people, you know, black dudes, oh, thought bitch. I'm like, yeah, if she was white, you wouldn't have said that. Now she a thought because she's the black chick with the Kardashians, or she gonna use the rob or whatever. No, nigga, like, she ain't even at the portion of using anything. But these women ransacked and went through Kanye and took kids and everything. But yet the black sister looks fucked up. That's just a lot of that thing. So that stigma, I feel that black women just don't. I don't think you're like we as black men don't have that problem because we know to be cool is to be black. So if you see a Asian dude trying to be black, you let him know, yo, I respect, yo. He letting it be known if he's represented. But that non-black woman will come right up in your face and steal all your shit. You don't say nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like they'll be the first ones when the situation be, get that monkey bitch out of here. And it's like, well, damn, like now you trying to diss my black sister, and it's just a mess, man. I feel that black women let people slide a lot more than we allow it. We don't allow that shit. Like, to be lit is to be black. To be cool is to be black. To be, you know, to have swag is to be black. To be thorough, to be manly, to be masculine is to be black. To be tough is to be black. I could go on forever. So when dudes are like, yo, my uncle's white, yo, but he like a black dude. You like, oh, your uncle's lit then. You know what I'm saying? But there's like, yo, my pops is cool, but he's kind of on some white shit. You like, oh boy, he's gonna be an asshole, right? So you know what I'm saying? I feel black women have to represent. Like, black dudes will put down a black woman. I hate that. That's why I just blocked the guy off with this because he's just a stupid fuck. But he'll say, oh, black women wear weaves. I'm like, so Spanish women don't, white women don't, Asian women don't. They just call it the same shit. So I did a video in a hair salon. My African homegirl is putting pieces in Dominican woman's hair. Other ones putting pieces in a white woman's hair. But dudes would be like, yo, because you know these sisters with the weave. I'm like, yo, get out of here, bro. You know nothing about women. Because none of them niggas getting on a woman at All-Star Weekend talking that dumb shit. It got nothing to do with that. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel as a black woman, you see people copying your shit everywhere, every place? You know what I mean? The little leggings with the fat butt and the little dad cap. That's black shit. All this shit's from the hood. So now it's like the chick in Hollywood runs with that shit. It's like, yo, you fucking kidding me? That all this shit starts, I hate to use prison, but it starts in our culture. It starts in our neighborhood. It starts in our community. How do you feel as a black woman that you seeing black men that's into these non-black women that look like you, but not you?
I feel like it's a direct effect of Slavery, man. I mean, you can't ever escape the 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 insidious demonic effects of the whole slave trade industry on this entire planet
Right.
and the negative impact it has had on Black people
Mm-hmm.
around the globe. And to say now, how do I feel about something that I've grown up seeing? I mentioned to you earlier when I was little, a little girl, I remember seeing Bo Derek. I don't know if I'm aging myself.
No, that was cool.
Bo Derek with the cornrows and how she was the hottest thing walking. And
Right.
I thought that looked crazy. But it's the same thing when they go to on vacation to these to Caribbean countries or like and they want to sit there and have the lady cornrow their hair on the beach. For what? What are you doing, lady? It's not when I see stuff like that and then it's like they're mimicking us. It's not flattery. It's insulting because the same things that you'll have used as to weaponize Black women and make us feel that we don't meet your standards, the same traits you turn around and snatch them and then say, oh, look, I'm beautiful because I have this. And they're not doing it to date white men. They're not doing it to date Spanish men.
Right.
They're doing it to date Black men.
Right.
It's a concerted effort again to destroy the union.
You know, I'm going to play this video in a minute, but I'm looking for. I'm glad you brought that up because that is a very significant. Now, there's one woman here that say Black women feel as if they mention anything to non-Black women is bitterness. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you could call it what you want at that point.
Say that again. Say that again.
Basically saying if Black woman lets a non-Black woman know anything, it's considered like bitterness. I disagree with that because I'm like, it don't matter what's bitter. Like, at the end of the day, if you believe in what you believe in and y'all speak up, fuck what they say, they're gonna have to live with the fact that that shit could happen. So now they walking down the block and they like everybody letting them get away with murder. They gotta say something. So I feel as if more sisters keep holding that shit in, they just gonna continue to keep taking shit. I feel as if like me personally, right? If I see a white woman with hair braids as a Black man, like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no big deal. But I feel it's not a big deal if she pays homage. And I told this white sister, this white woman this recently, it was called cultural appropriation. And she was like, you know, what do you feel as me wearing, you know, as a white woman, I want to, if I put cornrows in my hair and it's, you know, that may be crossing the line. I'm like, it's
like,
crossing.
yeah, I wish you wouldn't.
They don't.
I wish you wouldn't. Don't do it. Just don't. Like, stop. I don't understand the need to do that. It's not a look. It's like a a fad, and that's not what it is to us. And I just wish you wouldn't do it. I don't want to see that.
There you go. There you go. I think it's just best that you know. I think Black women need to stop holding this back. And I'm gonna, you know, as I'm talking to you, it's just interesting, man, because let me share the video because this video is just amazing. How you just was talking about this, and she had this discussion with me. We're gonna be cutting short soon because she got to be going soon. She got shit to do, and it's got to be sending people to the damn. You know what they got to go with.
Yes, this is so past my bedtime. I definitely got caught.
No, but I really, 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 really want you to come back. I think now, like, the good Lord has blessed me in a way to being able to have this discussion a lot more on this topic. And we're gonna play this one video because it has to do with what we're talking about here.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Wow. And you would never, you see what I mean? You see, I feel that when we're out, people's minds are just all about, like, we just take people for face value.
I was like, who's that?
I mean, like
I know.
we see,
Right?
oh, what? You was the person last. How was that? I didn't see that.
Yo, that lady is pale.
That's we were talking about social media, the facade. You can portray whatever you want.
I'm gonna come and ask her, but you know, we did touch on this thing in regards to the menopause and stuff like that.
Thank you.
And man, of course, that age and certain things may lose. What gains out of age, other than wisdom, physically? After them, it'll come to me. But anyway, there was a white dude in there that had how that was an issue.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it.
You know, whatever the question is, you know, I'd rather you go hard than harder, you know. Go hard.
There's a lot going on about cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation. And I know how I feel, but I don't know how a woman of color or a man of color would feel about it. And so I'm just going to come out and say it. Are white women or white people ever allowed to wear traditionally black hairstyles, specifically cornrows?
No.
You know, it's funny. I never understood how that was an issue.
Thank you.
I didn't, but watch what
I really didn't, because listen, forget where I was born and raised, but I will say this much: every time I see a woman, ain't too many dudes that could pull off cornrows. Not because they're just white. It's just like ain't too many white dudes that could pull it off the way, like the dude in the movie. I forgot the name of the movie. He actually pulled it off. Remember the brownstone that they were in, and the woman was running, and she was running from I forgot the actor's name. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, it was in a brownstone in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And they were getting robbed for this treasure. It was trying to get to them, and they locked themselves in his vaults. And it was these two dudes that were coming for, including Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker came after them. Come to me. But anyway, there was a white dude in there that had cornrows. I'm gonna tell you something. If a white dude wears cornrows, he has to have a beard and mustache. Because he had it. The dude actually, I don't think I've seen any white dude that pulled that off that didn't look like it was a joke. But when I go to Jamaica and Barbados, there's a woman that's on the beach, and they pay them to do that. And, you know, I've never seen a problem with it.
I've loved the hairstyle ever since I was a kid, and I would have my hair cornrowed.
Yeah.
And it was never an issue. I stopped doing it.
Why?
Because of cultural appropriation, for people saying that I even Googled, I even looked it up. Is it cultural appropriation for a white woman to wear cornrows?
Oh, shit.
And
Bo Derek? She was...
Well,
I'm saying, like, that she channeled that. Like, you know what I mean?
She brought it
a long time ago.
Yeah, to white people, I guess. She came out with the blonde, you know.
She was hot.
And what I got from researching was that, yes, it is a form of cultural appropriation only if you don't respect the culture. Like if you're coming out like the Kardashians. Sorry.
Right. Which she did it a lot of times.
And it's like, look at this, I'm trendy, and this is my new hairdo, and I'm going to promote this. And that's where I think the difference is. Like if you're saying, you know, like, oh, this is mine, and I'm gonna, you know, coin it. This is my new look. Well, you didn't invent it, and you have to know where it came from. As opposed to making it like, this is my new trend.
Right. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Let me tell you how black people think.
That's what I need to do. I'm not black, and I'm never going to think like a black person. I try to as much as I can, but I can't.
Black people think like this. Black people love when other coaches do what we create. We love it. However, what we don't like is not being acknowledged for it. That's what we don't like. So the Kardashians had totally stolen attributes of a black woman. 100%. They know it. The mother knows it. Everybody knows it. If you have a wife, if I was a white man and I have a daughter, I'm like, listen, my daughter's going to have to make some money. She's going to have to start getting with some of these ball players. And I start noticing my daughter's developing in a different direction. I'm going to be like, listen, you're going to have to start hollering to some of these athletes and some of these rappers. These guys are making millions of dollars. What are we going to do? And she's going to have to basically be a white version of a black woman because black men love that. Black men are very enthused or attracted to non-black women with black woman attributes, in addition to black women. So with that being said, the Kardashians took the situation and never gave any black woman credit. Like they never had an interview and said, you know, one of my favorite women is Diana Ross, or you know, Thelma from Good Times. Like they have the ability to really let people appreciate this history of this woman. Like if Kim Kardashian put a picture up and told everybody Thelma from Good Times is one of the hottest, baddest black women she's ever laid her eyes on, she inspired her.
Thelma was great.
See? Thelma was hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thelma was so hot. I remember I used to always watch Thelma just walk to the bed just to watch her body. You know what I'm saying? Watch her shape, excuse me. You didn't say body, shape. But it's like a white guy. If you see a white dude, especially in my gym, there's a lot of Mexicans. White dudes living on Staten Island with black culture, that's a regular day. I'm so used to it, I don't even take offense to it. Now you see the Mexicans that are closer to being black than a white guy, but they're taking it so much, but it's almost like they don't even want to look at me when they see me because it's like they don't know if I accept them. When I'm like, no, this is pretty lit. Like you're doing it, he's doing it. White boys tend to give more homage to black people than white women.
Wow.
That's right. They do. Because I can see a white dude and I could go on a job. I could come and, dudes let me, what's up, brother? You know, he let me know that he's with the culture. He appreciates you, man. And he's going to call you brother.
Wait, that just hit me. Oops. That just hit because when a black woman calls me sister or a black man calls me sister,
it's a big deal.
That means so much to me.
See? If more white women were acknowledging black women as sisters the way white men that love the culture acknowledge us as a brother, that brother is stronger than another black man calling me brother. Another black man called me brother as a black man. Like, come on with the brother shit, man. What you want? You know what I mean? What you up to? But when you see a white dude say brother, he's letting you know peace. He means it. Like when we say peace, it's just, even though peace meant something back in the 60s and 70s, but, with the fist on the pick that you comb your hair out with the red, black, and green. But now when a white man says brother, he means peace. He's acknowledging you from your language, from your acknowledgement of how you exist your brother, that he's a brother, he acknowledges you as a brother. White women will come in the gym with just her ass is just as big as the black girl. Naturally too. And they ain't even no fake ones. And see a sister and knows that she's clearly, let's just be honest, like you could look at another woman and know that you guys share kind of the same attributes.
Absolutely.
And black women been that way forever. So if you coming into the gym, you say, how you doing? You ain't got to go power to the people to her, but you should show us some, what I'm saying, somewhat of a like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I love you, whatever. And I feel that the reason why they're not like that, because Eminem, for example, I'm watching the Oscars.
And that's what I wanted to show you. Ironically, we had this topic, and interestingly, that is the issue. Even with Trump, like I told the sisters about the marriage thing, telling the white women, like, if more white women would pay homage, it's the same thing with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim. We should see that unity. But even when these women at that level, why? Because they don't pay homage. Cardi's supposed to be paying homage to Nicki. Nicki's supposed to be paying homage to Lil Kim. Literally, make a song about them. Show, have a little kid day, whatever. So the fact that people are not getting how much people feel they bitter. No, nigga, you ain't giving me my royalties. I paved the way. You know what I'm saying? I did my part, and I feel that you are entitled to that. And regardless of what anybody thinks, what they gotta think a woman is gonna be, oh yeah, y'all gonna say whatever. No, you gotta stay on that shit. If you felt just now, how did you feel about the whole thing with the cornrows when you heard this woman? She wanted to do this. She wanted to. And she took it out of her hair because she was like, yo.
No. There's nothing. I mean, I watch. I have my position is the same before I saw the video. My position is the same after, and I'm not saying that um, it looks bad or the like. I just feel like, in terms of historically, anytime Caucasians have endeavored to adopt a feature or a characteristic from a non-white culture, somewhere down the line it becomes theirs. I mean, why do people still think that there's the Sphinx and all those images in Egypt are white people? Why do we still promote that image of Cleopatra as Elizabeth Taylor? Nah, eventually it's gonna go wrong. 200 years from now, we gonna think white people started cornrows. And people actually think that Bo Derek invented that. And I've had conversations with people like that. Oh, that's that
Oh,
Bo Derek style. That's the Bo Derek hairstyle. No, it's not.
yes, yeah. I did hear that. You're right.
Nah, I don't. I'm sorry. It eventually, us being so like, oh, it's okay to take our shit, take our shit. Eventually, yeah, they take our shit.
You're taking your
Nah,
shit. You say nothing.
yeah, running. And then next thing you know, we running our shit. Like you said, these celebrities out here don't never say. You'll never get Kim Kardashian saying, yeah, I wanted a more, you know, I want to look more like a black woman.
Or Diana
Or
Ross.
I make these changes to my body. Like, yeah, nobody says that. Because
Nope.
eventually they're gonna move to the point where that's irrelevant. We took that shit too. Nah, I don't trust it. And I'm not embracing it.
I respect that.
Get your own shit.
Do you feel that if they were paying homage and respecting where it came from, and Kim Kardashian was like, yo, Diana Ross, and like Mary J. Blige is always showing love to Shaka Khan and Aretha Franklin. She's got songs to prove it. She's always, she was influenced. She talks about it. She would be who she's at today for these people. Do you feel that has Kim Kardashian ever gave you that impression other than having kids with Kanye West?
Never. There is no genuine acceptance or acknowledgement of the fact of where these these ideas of your style and cultural trends come from. There isn't.
Mm-hmm.
They act like it's an idea that we had. And though everybody knows where it comes from, we're not gonna say it. Like, who braided her hair? You ever heard Kim give the hair braider a shout out?
Never. Never. That's a good one.
We know who did Michelle Obama's weave though.
Right.
For the inauguration.
That's a fact.
We know that sister.
Yep.
Ask him who put them cornrows in her hair.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Kim wears weaves too, y'all. Don't think that this.
Yeah, no, she wears weaves.
I don't think because that's her hair, because she's not black.
But she'll never
they
discuss that. I would, like you said, there would be some kind of appreciation if there was even a tag like, yo, this is who did my braids, go to her shop or whatever. Never heard that.
Nope. Michael Jordan, people have Michael Jordan, but what athlete do people look up to that's non-black and they represent a true sister? You know what I mean? I don't feel that it's the same. I feel that sisters need to speak more. I feel that every group out here, every nationality speaks up when some shit is, hey, to let it be known. But then it's like, hold on now, be careful. Like, these Africans is getting in people's ass with these Afro beats. They're like, whoa, hold on. This is Afro beats, reggaeton, dance hall, what's the thing called? It starts with a beat. Bimbo, all that. Y'all got to acknowledge us. You'll let it be known. So I feel that more sisters need to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have my good friend back here. She's a blessing because the good Lord works in mysterious ways. She knows what I'm talking about. But
yes,
I think the education of our conversations or conversations you need to put other people on to. So I definitely need to do this with you without commitment, but more often. I want people to see your face more. And also, we could also even talk about things if you guys are struggling with anything that you have to ask. But I think that this is going to, hold on, somebody said, what she said, I think Nat's on to something. It's a beautiful thing. They showed love. The girl said, I think Nat's on to something with this whole thing that we're talking about. It was actually interesting. So, yeah, so we, and there she go, Layla. Shout out to Layla. Layla always showing the love.
Hi, Layla.
And everybody, listen, we want to say hello to everybody. I'm sorry we didn't do any groups this time. We will eventually, but I had to get in first. I didn't want to be scaring her because she did me so. I ain't what you do because the black woman, the reason why we do this because y'all not, no. We're not doing none of that. So this ain't, and she ain't the sister to do that with. I'll tell you that shit right now. But we don't do the corner thing. I'll let y'all know this tonight. Yeah, so it's an ongoing. We're gonna do part 2 of this. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do part 2. Let y'all keep waiting. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see y'all later. And that's how we do. So much love. Now, me and her will talk real quick when y'all get off. But much love to y'all. And Goddess, I appreciate you so much. It's meant so much to me. And what I appreciate you came to me when we doing this. When we doing this, man. So shout out to Misha for pushing me to do my show Sunday. But I really, well, I gotta shoot you in person. I think it'll be even better. I think people appreciate it more when I do that because I don't just want this to be a stream thing, but this woman will be around because she's gonna get used to me. So it's a wrap.